Nope, you're not alone. Nearly 100 days into his second term, and a record majority of voters are fed up with Donald Trump. Will the recalcitrant convicted criminal change course? And what does it all mean for the future of his agenda? Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graphs Grievances starts right now. It might feel like it's been a century, but President Donald Trump has only been back in office for just under 100 days. That symbolic milestone officially arrives on April 30th, but Trump plans to mark the occasion early with a rally in Michigan on April 29th. Why the celebration? What's he even celebrating? That's a very fair question, especially considering a record number of Americans disapprove of the job he is doing. Just look at this latest Fox News poll comparing job approval ratings of the past 4 presidents at the 100-day mark. Trump sitting far lower than Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and even George W. Bush. He's also polling below where he was polling at this point during his first term. Just 44% approve of the job Trump's doing, 10 points behind where Biden stood 4 years ago, and almost 20 points behind Obama's early approval rating. According to Fox News, a whopping 55% of voters disapprove of Trump's presidency right now. So what's behind this record disapproval? It's not just the vibes. Voters are deeply unhappy with Trump's actual policies. Fox News found majorities disapprove of Trump's handling of nearly every top issue. Immigration, 47% approve, 48% disapprove. Foreign policy, 40% approve, 54% disapprove. The economy, 38% approve, 56% disapprove. Tariffs, just 33% approve, 58% disapprove. Inflation, again, only 33% approve, nearly 60% of Americans disapprove. In fact, the only area where Trump isn't underwater is border security. 55% approve, 40% disapprove. That should serve as a wake-up call for Democrats. Americans across the ideological spectrum want the southern border secured. But let's come back to Trump's broader numbers. With 55% disapproval and just 38% of Americans feeling optimistic about the next 4 years, the discontent is widespread. So if you're wondering how anyone could still support him, know this: millions of Americans agree with you, and most don't believe he's going to change course anytime soon. So why does all of this polling even matter? Because it might finally force his enablers to rein him in. Trump has been so destructive in these first 100 days, largely because Republicans in Congress and some on the courts have refused to exercise their constitutional power to check him, the executive. Congress could stop Trump's inflation-worsening tariffs today. Earlier this month, the Republican-controlled Senate passed a bipartisan resolution blocking Trump's tariffs on Canada. 4 Republicans joined every Democrat. But in the House, Republican Speaker Mike Johnson refused to even hold a vote, and the measure died. Maybe these latest poll numbers will spark a shift. Maybe House Republicans will now act, knowing that 59% disapprove of Trump's handling of inflation, 58% oppose his tariffs, and 56% say Trump's doing a poor job on the economy. Maybe they'll also take a stand on foreign policy. Congress can and should continue funding Ukraine's defense against Russia, no matter how cozy Trump wants to be with Vladimir Putin. The same goes for Israel's war in Gaza. Congress can place limits on U.S. military aid, and it can demand accountability from Netanyahu. Another indicted leader, Trump seems determined to defend at all costs. Because here's the thing, the president is not yet a king. Congress decides where our money goes, and they still have the power to stand up to Trump, to Netanyahu, to anyone pushing destructive, unpopular policies. The first 100 days of Trump's second term have been marked by chaos, division, and deep voter dissatisfaction. The numbers don't lie. Americans are unhappy and they're losing faith in his leadership. But polling alone doesn't change policy. Pressure does. If Congress fails to act now, they are complicit in what comes next. The good news? You're not alone. And with enough voices demanding accountability, real change is still possible. Thank you for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.